stuff.
Let's see, is the mic on? The mic is on. Hello. Oh, it's loud. Hello. That's better.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Poetry. We are late. Sorry, I fell asleep. Oh my god, it was so dumb. Yes, please, thank you. I didn't sleep last night, and then this afternoon I sat down to revise my poem, and it was hot, and I just fell asleep. And then I was late for my piano lesson, and then I was late to this. And my poem is garbage. It's unrevised, but it's great. I'll still read it. Ooh, wait. And I found $30 in my pocket. The day's getting better. Okay. Theme of the day. Would you like to introduce the theme while I scroll through my unedited thing and make notes?
Should I explain it, or do people know what this is already?
Explain it, I think.
I'm not going to remember it correctly.
Okay, I'll explain it. I'm done revising. I realized that this is... Only one of the quatrains is messed up, so I'm going to read it as is, though. Okay. So this is the Greek/Roman myth of Narcissus and Echo, or Echo and Narcissus. Whoa, I am shiny. Yeah, it's warm today. I'm very sweaty. So basically... Oh wait, you know what? I'll tell the version I know, and then you can probably tell me a different version that you base yours off of.
Okay.
So I think the original Greek version is that Zeus was like hanging around with some forest nymphs, and Hera was like, "Where's that dang cheater?" And then Zeus sends Echo, one of the nymphs, to go distract Hera because Echo's she's a chatterbox. And so she goes and like small talks Hera forever, and then Zeus slips away. And then of course Hera finds out because she's smart. And then she curses Echo by forcing her to only be able to repeat the last few words of everything she's heard. And then Narcissus is some pretty boy who's just too good for anybody, and one day he goes a-hunting, and then he strays too far into the woods and loses his comrades, and then Echo sees him and she falls in love with him but can't say anything, and then she attempts to like hug him or something, and then he's like, "Be gone, bitch." Not good enough for me. And then so she runs and hides, and then but stalks him. So she keeps following him, but then anyway he goes to a lake to get a drink of water because he's all hot and stuff, temperature hot. And then he sees his reflection in the crystal clear waters and falls in love with himself because he's dumb and has never seen a reflection of himself before. Anyway, and then in some versions in all versions he goes there and says like, "I love you," and then Echo's like, "Yes, I can finally say it to him," and she says, "I love you." And then he's like, "Oh my god, the guy in the water loves me back." And then in some versions he just like wastes away waiting for this guy to make a move or something. And then in other versions he tries to kiss his reflection and he freaking falls in the lake and drowns because apparently hunters don't know how to swim. Okay.
Yeah, so the version I read was very similar. Definitely had like a series of things that she says progressively to him to try to... Well, she can only say back to him what he says. And it's like gets more and more toward what she wants to say, which is something like she loves him, but then he rejects her anyway. And then it had a little, almost like a postscript, which was like a just so story of where echoes come from, where it's like, even today you can go out into the hills and she will hear her still trying to repeat everything everyone said. So.
Right, and that's because she being a nymph, she doesn't actually die when her body dies. Like, so she pined away, but her voice remains, or something like that.
Okay, so we had to each write a poem about this very topic.
Yes. I think I'm going to revise mine and probably present it at a later date. This is like embarrassingly, this is a wreck.
Oh no.
So I'll go first because surely we can't end on a crappy poem. Okay. Here we go. Narcissus loved nobody, for his vanity was so. Many begged him for a kiss, and rudely got a no. He went into the forest on a hunt one pleasant day, and in a hot pursuit he found he'd lost his way. When Echo saw the handsome youth, she flung herself at him. But, oh, I forgot. So this is also in the Roman myths, so I used Juno instead of Hera. Yeah. But Juno's curse prevented her from speaking it on a whim. Narcissus cast the nymph aside and walked up to the lake, and knelt upon the tule banks and stooped a drink to take. At last he found somebody who would also love nobody. Song. His loving gaze ignited a passion unrequited. But the sunlight caught his face, and he glimpsed his mirrored gaze. When he saw... Oh, wait, oops. That is where the error is. It's supposed to be... hold on, let me just read that in the correct chronological order.
Live editing.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's start from when he rejects her. Narcissus cast the nymph aside and walked up to the lake. He knelt upon the tule banks and stooped a drink to take. But the sunlight caught his face, and he glimpsed his mirrored gaze. At last he found somebody who would also love nobody. His loving gaze ignited a passion unrequited. Oh no, wait, that is totally the wrong... That's why that felt weird. Hold on, let me just delete that quatrain right there. He stooped a drink to take, but the sunlight caught his face, and he glimpsed his mirrored gaze. Sorry. When he saw his image, his heart in flames ignited, but just like Echo's love for him, the flame was unrequited. I love you, said Narcissus to his beautiful reflection. I love you, Echo echoed, a bittersweet rejection. Then into the lake he fell, bending for a kiss. So lies the fool who fails to see that he's a narcissist. Okay. Wow. Sorry, that was so rough. Anyway, that's what drafts look like.
Okay. I like it though.
Your turn.
Mine is a lot shorter.
Oh, snap.
But it's a palindrome by word. So it's the same word-wise, forwards and backwards, if that makes sense.
I
think it will become...
Maybe it will make sense.
It'll become clear what I'm talking... Because, echoes.
She says all the words to us backwards?
It's a visual metaphor.
Oh, is this representing the mirror, the reflection? Ooh, fancy. Okay, just read it. Sorry.
Silence. Only repeating speech dulls longing. Compliant conceits defeating siege mimics stalking. Stalking mimics siege. Defeating conceits compliant longing dulls speech. Repeating only silence.
Whoa, that was so fancy. Oh, I want to look at this. Ooh. Using that punctuation.
Yeah, punctuation gets you out of so many difficulties in a palindrome or whatever. It's the greatest thing.
Dang, that's slick.
I felt like doing it by word is like amazingly easier than doing it by letter. Like I cannot do actual palindromes, but I feel like it really helped to, because like I said, you can play with what the noun, like if something is a noun or a verb,
right,
just by the punctuation.
Right. Oh wait, no. Yeah.
So that's that.
That's so cool. Okay, wow. I feel lame.
No. No.
Okay, let's, I have not selected an old poem. Let me go dig one up. Do you have one to share?
I got an old poem, which is also a Greek myth, but is otherwise unrelated, because I couldn't find anything.
Okay. You read that. I need to find one of these old poems here.
Alright, so this is like the ultimate poem of mine where a thesaurus explodes. But this time, it's thematically appropriate because it's Sisyphus.
Okay.
Sisyphus is cursed to push a rock up a mountain for all eternity. And it rolls back down again every time. Sisyphus. Continually profitless and solipsistic ritual, but singularly obstinate, I prosecute the pinnacle. whose quavering deliberates, humiliation's wasted grief, I faithlessly dissimulate, with grinning pain essay the peak, no providence aggrieving me, but creaturely recognizance, my promenadings leisurely besieging the Acropolis, my absentee philosophy's persona beaming placidly, with staggering hypocrisy, I contravene the apogee.
I recognize that.
And that's,
read it before.
now that I read that, I remember that it's also based on the Camus essay about Sisyphus, where he's like, you have to imagine that Sisyphus is happy because of life is absurd or something like that. I don't know. This was many years ago that I read this.
Yeah, why would he?
Because I don't think he's smiling in the myth. That's just Camus' imagination. Sorry, I forgot about that a little bit.
He's just a masochist. Okay. Oh, that was good. I really like it when the whole line rhymes. It's tasty.
No, it's that 3 assonance zigzag thing.
Yeah. Oh, I guess it's not a rhyme. Yeah, it's assonance. Okay.
I mean, it ends up being a rhyme most of the time.
Right. Okay, so I am scrolling through some of these.
The old text adventure.
Yeah.
The repository.
I think I've read this one before, though. Surely. The 3 truths. Okay, let's go. Oops. Let's go back to the theater. Let's go to the West Hallway. Grand room. Where have we not been? We went to the graveyard already. I think I read the whiskey one last time. This one I have not read, but it's kind of a throwaway poem. Let's go to the dining room and then the kitchen. I think I've read that one before. Maybe I haven't. Okay, this one will be fun. Okay, this is a short one. A plate of food a few days old, once potato casserole, uneaten since it was served cold, now a dish of festered mold.
It's a sad story.
This happens all the time, though. The sad but true story. Yeah, in fact, there's probably some of that in my fridge right now. Not potato casserole, probably something else like, I don't know, a tomato from the farmer's market. Yeah. Okay, do you have, oh wait, you already read an old poem. And
I did.
You did 2 in a row, and okay, I guess that's it. We have met the requirements for Thursday Night Poetry.
The shackles of our format dictate that it is now over.
Dang. Well, that's a poetic way of saying it. Okay, well, until next time, goodbye.
Bye.